Good morning, everybody. It's Falcons Daily. I am CG Craig Green, your host on location here. Had to get a quick video in for you guys. I am out and about this morning. I got some things I had to take care of and had some internet issues at home. So apologize for the short, quick video today. But did want to talk a little bit about Atlanta's injury report. Things aren't really shaping up to be that great right now. When you look at it, I mean, only LaCale London had logged a full practice yesterday. He was nursing a shoulder injury. We have about 8 different players on the injury report, more than 8 actually, who did not participate, including Matthew Bergeron, including Chris Lindstrom, Leonard Floyd, and, not a good list, including also our kick returner Jamal Agnew. Drake London was sick. I mean, you probably heard in my voice, I've got some congestion going on. It's that time of the year. Weather's changing down here in the southeast. But again, so the Falcons right now, they're hurting right now, literally. Sam Roberts didn't practice. Zach Harrison didn't practice. Liam McCullough, congratulations to him and his wife, the birth of their new child. He had a personal reason not for practicing yesterday. Only Jake Matthews was the only veteran who, he just had a limited practice as a resting veteran. So that's a good thing. D. Alford did log a limited practice after the concussion, so, he'll have to be monitored for that. But it's not a good feeling right now because you've got, some of our key players, Alford, Mike Hughes, Drake London, D'Angelo Malone is going to most likely be out either for the season or for a very long time. Raheem Morris said, Dorless, Floyd, these are all impact players for us, guys who play significant roles in the team, and right now they're banged up, and practicing for them is, I know it's only Wednesday, it was only Wednesday's practice, but it still doesn't feel good to see some of these injuries and some of these guys can't even get out there, in a limited fashion. So that takes us to our next point, talking about Storm Norton, and he's officially done for the season, back on season-ending IR. He had a setback with his foot injury, so we won't have Storm Norton whatsoever. It's been Elijah Wilkerson filling in at right tackle. He's been the third guy for us at that position. Remember, we lost Caleb McGarry on the final day of training camp, and then right after that, we already knew Storm Norton was going to be down, but so Wilkerson's been filling in. Then when Wilkerson had to leave the game at one point, they had to, I believe we even had to put, oh no, it was Jake Matthews. When Jake Matthews went out, I believe we put Michael Jarrell at left tackle in place of Jake Matthews. But, I think there should be definitely a competition. It's going to be, I don't know if Jack Nelson's ready, but you could put Jack Nelson up there. You could also put, even Michael Jarrell. I believe he's played right tackle before. You could put those guys, all three in a competition to see who should be the guy. I mean, I think at this point, when you're 3-6 and you've lost 4 games in a row, there should be competition at pretty much every position, with the exception of a certain few. But right now, we got to find the right combination of guys to get the Falcons over the hump. That's really what they're looking for right now. Again, not like they're out here trying to lose ball games, but they've lost them all in a multitude of different ways. Looking at the Carolina Panthers, though, this is a must-win game in my opinion. The Falcons need to have this game against the Carolina Panthers, not because you got your ass kicked 30-0 the first time around, but because you're 3-6. You are 0-2 in the division right now. You've lost 4 games in a row. The wild card right now is not even in your vocabulary. This is a game you need to keep yourself afloat for the playoffs. You have to win this ball game. If you go 0-3 in the NFC South and you fall 3-7 on the season, it would be fair to start talking, not so much about, we could even look at the NFL draft a little bit, start at that point, because 3-7 that's a big pill to come back from. I mean, there's a lot of games to play after that, but after 10 games, you kind of know what you are right now. And right now, the Falcons, the one thing we know for certain is that they're an inconsistent ball club. When you look at the Panthers, they didn't have too many guys on their injury report coming into this game. Rico Dowdle was the number one guy that on my list that I saw. He didn't practice on Wednesday with a quad quadriceps injury. Derek Brown was limited with a knee. So, those are definitely players we need to keep an eye on. But the number one thing we cannot have is another embarrassing loss to the Panthers like that. The last time we had a shutout loss to Carolina in Charlotte that season was 2015, so ironically 10 years ago. And then when the Panthers came to Atlanta, we got our win back, we got our face back, and we ended their perfect season. So what we need to do this Sunday is do the same thing. I'd love to see the Falcons just go out there and hit the Panthers in the mouth early and often. Bryce Young, he looked like the second coming of, I don't know, Cam Newton, Jake Delhomme, or whoever in Charlotte, and we cannot let their defense get comfortable. They're not going to have a fan base that's going to travel that big. This should be a game where the Falcons should be able to make enough crowd noise to upset Bryce Young or Andy Dalton or whoever's at quarterback for them. The Falcons absolutely need to have this ball game. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get out of here and call it good for today, but we want to thank you for chiming in each and every week like you guys always do. There was a comment or two I wanted to get to, and we're going to get to that really quickly here. Looking here at our videos from yesterday, we had a comment. Let's see, how long McCoy Jamie 30. How long you been a fan? I've been a fan. I've been one since 1977. Since 1991-ish, I started linking up to the team through watching, because I've been a Yankee fan my whole life. Deion Sanders was the guy who led me to the Falcons, watching him on the Hammer videos and stuff. But I knew who he was because he played for the Yankees, and again, I've been a Yankee fan my whole life. And then I was like, oh wow, it's the same guy. I was like, he played football too. I was like, that's pretty dope. So, I didn't really have a football team growing up in the Northeast. We watched the Giants and the Jets, but I wasn't a fan of them, really. I just was kind of a fan of football. So the Falcons have been my team basically for about 35 years. Let's see. Jeff Holton, 1225. We aren't going to win right away, but we do have to show improvement, not regression. I disagree with you. If improvement isn't made soon, the staff has to go. You have to see progress, just my opinion. Unless you see progress, you're going to lose your players and fan base. Yeah, I understand your point, but again, if we fire everybody, we're starting all over again, right? And then how soon do you think we're going to win? The whole thing about winning is that we need to see, we want to see consistency, and right now we're not seeing it. We're consistently inconsistent. So, but I think they tried to build the team the right way, which is build around the quarterback and then put the quarterback in the system. That's kind of what Kansas City did. It's just not working. We're not having the luck and the fortune that they are. And again, I don't know if it's the head coach, the offensive coordinator, the quarterback, the defense. I think for us, we just keep losing in different ways. But some of the ways, one thing I will say is that with a minute 44 left in the game against the Colts, the offense that everybody, is, the offensive coordinator we're doubting and everything, drew up something great and got us a 2-point conversion, and we were winning by 3 points with a minute 44 to go. We asked our defense to make the stop. The Colts had one timeout left. The Falcons get the 4-down stop right there. The Falcons win the game. We're not having this conversation about the staff. You know what I mean? So it's not just the offense. You look at the Tampa Bay game. We had the lead in the fourth quarter there too. The defense gave it up, right? Koo misses the kick. Everybody's pissed off at Koo. But the defense was the guys who gave it up. We shouldn't, again, that's what I talk about with making, being comfortable with the defense, sucking, right? They didn't do their job in that moment. They allowed the Colts to go down the field, and really the special teams started special teams because that kick return was terrible. But again, I hear you, Jeff. Like, if we fire the whole staff, I don't think it's going to put us any closer to winning than we are right now. That's all. All right, everybody, y'all have a good rest of your Thursday. I will see you guys on Falcons Friday. Sayonara and buenos noches.